I just cannot to ask you, as you're in our beautiful cold country, is everything okay with your immune because of this severe climate?
I'm a little raspy because I'm not used to the dry cold, but I'm fine, you know. I'm a New Yorker, so.
Yes, I saw in your Instagram post with some antibacterial wipes or something like this.
Oh yes, so getting onto the plane when I come across the Atlantic Ocean, I like to wipe down the airplane and all the spaces with antibacterial wipes to make sure that I stay well.
So it has nothing to do with our climate?
Oh, well, I think it's a combo. So like I wipe everything down, but then it's the cold dry here, whereas back in home, it's a little more humid, so it doesn't affect me the same way.
So why did you finally decide to come to Russia with the concerts?
It was just time. I mean, I've been everywhere else in the world. Russia was kind of like the last frontier for me, and I'm very, very happy that I've come.
Okay, so what do you think about it?
I love it here. I think the people are very warm and robust and interested in music, and I am learning a lot about the culture. I'm learning a lot about, you know, the food, about the history. St. Peter's. I was in St. Petersburg and
Novosibirsk.
Yes, Novosibirsk.
Also, you got this hat.
Yeah. Oh, yes. I have my fur hat. Yeah, and I'm learning a lot. I'm really enjoying myself.
What do you think? What was the most turning moment in your life?
Let's see. Many years ago, I had my first show in France, and it was in Paris. And I was nervous about playing because at the time I didn't speak any French, and I was nervous about playing for a francophone audience. And after my very first song, I said to the audience, "I don't know French, but I know music. And I want to sing from my heart, and hopefully you receive from my heart." And the show went off very well, and it was a turning point for me because I realized how important music is to bridge cultures and bridge places. And I realized that this was really what I'm meant to do and what I want to do.
And you wasn't boring anymore?
Nope, didn't worry anymore.
You can hear in Russia?
Oh yeah, the only time I worry in Russia about not knowing the language is at the airport. I'm only nervous about not knowing the language.
Doesn't have a translator?
Well, not when I'm traveling, not when I get beyond the gates. So I'm a little nervous there, but I'm fine. Everything's fine.
How was your talent growing, and what your closest friends and relatives thought about it?
Growing up, I was an actor before I started to do music. I still am an actor. My parents have always been supportive of music. I've gone to school. I have a graduate degree in business. I studied at Christ College at Cambridge in London. So I have an education. My parents have supported me in all endeavors, the same with all of my good friends. Most of my friends are in entertainment or the arts as well. So I'm part of a community.
So they never were against this?
Oh no, I've never had anybody against doing what I'm doing.
And they didn't say like, oh, the musician is not a good profession, you won't get any money?
No. Well, see, because I also went to school, so I have a graduate degree and everything. So if anything ever went badly, I would always have a backup. But I've never had anyone close to me say, you know, you shouldn't do this. No one.
So you was born with this talent, or maybe it was growing, or you were developing it?
You know, I have different theories. I think everybody's born with something, a talent to do something. I think that I was born with a talent to interact with people, and it just so happens that I chose music and acting for that talent. So yeah, maybe I was born with some talent of relatability.
Okay, so in your opinion, was this the highest peak of your creation development, or maybe you're not discovered your potential yet?
I still haven't gotten to my potential yet. I see my first big pop was on record number 3 called War of Hearts.
Yes.
And I received a VH1 You Ought to Know award from VH1, which is a MTV Viacom network in the United States. That is shared with Sam Smith and Adele and Bruno Mars. That was the first big pop, and now I'm working with a new management team and a new booking agent, and things are going really well.
And what is supposed to happen so you will be sure that it's your highest peak of creation?
You know, that's a great question. I think my idea is that we are always learning. We're always growing. What I knew last year is not the same. It's less than what I know now. So as long as I continue to live and work, I want to keep reaching higher and doing more. So I'm not done yet.
But you're okay with what you have?
Oh yeah, I'm gonna get more too.
Okay, so despite for the scandal, what else inspiring you for writing these songs?
Life, some of my own personal experiences of friends, even just my imagination, things that I think of.
Maybe some exact thing, not like my surroundings and something like this.
Oh, maybe like say, a friendship or a relationship or watching a television program or something will inspire me from that. I take inspiration from everywhere.
What do you think, what are the biggest differences between music in your first and the latest albums?
I've learned a lot. Able to fine-tune songwriting. I get directly to the point that I'm trying to make. As far as performance goes, I'm much more flexible. For instance, being able to come and perform in Russia and play with a new band in a different city each time. Having to do this over many, many years, you learn different skills. And so when I first started, I was ignorant. I didn't know any better, and now I'm still growing, but I've learned so much.
Maybe like your purpose in the beginning changed or something really, really changed from the beginning?
I think that's a great question. I think my first record was like, hey, I just want to try this out. Let me do it. This is fun. Yeah. And I think now it's like, this is something that I really love. And I don't want to say that it's work, because work can sometimes feel like, it's not, this is my profession, it's my career.
My next question, just a little bit about this.
Okay.
Every artist has that song which is his calling card, and for you I think it's War of Hearts.
Mm-hmm.
And does it happen sometimes that you're sick of the song and you're tired of performing it, but your fans want to hear it and you don't want to do it?
No, actually.
Maybe another song?
No. You know why? Because I'll change the arrangement some. So it'll be the same song, but I'll just make it sound a little differently.
You'll never tired of it?
No. It's like, if somebody likes something that you do, I'd be silly to say, oh, I don't want to do that. Because you like it, I'll do it. I look at music, I look at what I do in performance as a service. So when I show up into a space, I'm serving the people that have come to hear me. So if you request something of me, then my job is to try to do it.
Even if you're ill?
Oh, well, one time I did a show where I had bronchitis. I did my best. It wasn't my best show, but I did my best. I did the best I could.
I attended a show once, even with the temperature.
Oh, you see?
Yes.
And so you just kind of make your way through it.
Why don't you make feats with another artist more frequently?
Oh, I have. I started doing features on this last record. So I have a feature with Layla Hathaway, the jazz singer. As in this next album that I'm recording, I do have some more features. There's no real reason. It just never come up. But now I'm starting to branch out. Mm-hmm.
Okay. It's been 2 years since your latest album, and what are you planning in the future in terms of your music?
I've been recording for an entire year.
Oh.
I have 17 songs recorded.
For a new album?
Yes, for a new album, new project. And I will choose the top 10 songs of these 17, and then the first single will come in the first quarter, so sometime between January and March of next year.
Yeah, and the rest?
I don't know, sometime later in the year.
Like a single?
Single will come first, and then we'll see what happens next.
You are performing in a soul genre, right?
Yes.
Yes, can you explain what exactly this genre means? Because I think not a lot of people understand, and to hear it from you will be the best way for them to find out.
Soul music is related to gospel, kind of, gospel music, because it's a very emotional, connected, and it's based in a tradition that comes from the South in the United States, during slavery times in the United States. So soul music is a tradition that is African American based and then expanded, and it comes from the church.
Власенко.
And Russell Taylor.
Специально
для
Телешко.
Телешко.